Good afternoon and welcome to Nora's Dog Training Company. We're here this afternoon with Bruno and Rich, and what we're going to be demonstrating for you today on video is Bruno's ability to understand and respond to his formal on-leash obedience commands. The little tiny corrections and lots of motivation that we give him when we're working with him, and the training equipment that we're using. Rich is using a regular 6-foot web training leash, and he keeps the bulk of the leash folded neatly in his right hand. That leaves his left hand free to give any little correction that's needed. Bruno is wearing what we call a martingale collar, and he will be going home with that, and you'll be taught how to use that properly during your follow-up training session. Now he's sitting very nicely at Rich's left, and the first exercise that we're going to demonstrate for you is heeling. Heeling is proper leash walking, and the command is Bruno, heel.
Bruno, heel.
Now at this point, Bruno has a job to do, and you see him looking up at Rich. He's very focused, and when Rich stops his feet, Bruno has been taught to sit automatically without being told to wait for his next command. And we are using a clicker and treats with these little guys. Every dog that comes here responds differently to different stimulus, so we use a clicker and treats with your little dogs. Especially because he's still a puppy. We want him to enjoy the training, so when he's doing a good job, and we don't have to give him a treat every time.
All done?
And you can train, as you can see, right in your living room at home. You don't have to go outside. Although both dogs enjoy being outside, this is your sit, stay. It wears them out, taking them for walks, letting them play, having a fun time outside. When Rich returns back, he walks right back to where they started, and he stops and he praises Bruno for a good job. When Bruno hears that click, he expects to get a treat usually. When you just praise him, that's still a reward for a good job, but we're not using food as the motivator.
Stay.
Now this is his sit, stay. Stay is a hand and a voice command, and because it is a stationary exercise, it is a one-word command. You're going to practice your sit, stay, and work up to a longer and longer time. I don't know what all this itching is about, but Rich heals him out of that, because sometimes dogs will use that as a distraction technique.
No, stay. Stay.
And you see how Rich pulls up on the leash. Now you see that he clearly knows it. And then Rich calls him, he comes and sits, and he gets praised for a good job.
Bruno, heel.
And they take off heeling again. And Rich will demonstrate that on command again for you.
Stay.
So he leaves him in a sit, stay, turns to face him.
No.
He uses his name.
Stay.
Now if he's not doing it, you have to enforce it. You have to tell him no, be firm, and make him do it.
Not yet, we're not ready for the down. Bruno, come.
This is your come. He comes in and sits. So no jumping all over your legs, scratching you with his nails. He's learning to be a gentleman. And these guys really didn't have a lot when they got here as far as manners are concerned. So this has taken us a little while with them to get them where they're even ready to go home. This is your down on command and stay.
No.
And you're going to work on getting him to hold these commands for longer and longer.
Stay. Down. Stay. Stay.
And don't give up if he's giving you a hard time. He's just done all these commands for us perfectly 3 or 4 times until I turned on the camera. So you're going to have good days and bad days. That's to be expected. I want you to keep Bruno on a leash at home when he's loose in your home, because he marks. And he marks because he's intact and he's been bred. So as long as you're intending to continue on with some type of breeding program, you're going to have to keep him on a leash in the house and in his crate if you can't watch him. He's a very smart dog. He has a lot of potential.
Stay.
And we want you to enjoy them as much as you can. But when you're doing a breeding program, there's certain restrictions. So Bruno has shown you some of his new skills. We have lots of written paperwork for you to go home with when the dogs go home tomorrow. We've enjoyed having them. They're really cute and they're a lot of fun. And we will see you tomorrow.